Good morning. Today is Thursday, August 5th, 2021. Welcome to Column Hinge at Alpha Omega. We're located halfway between Death Valley and Las Vegas. Halfway between Joshua Tree and Area 51 in the Mojave Desert of the Southwest United States.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the most unique live stream ritual on the web. You have found your way back to the Lost Magic of Jesus Revival, which is an incredible anthropological reconstruction and revival event. We are taking the documents from the Bruce Codex, rediscovered in Egypt in 1769 with two books of the Bible, the first and second books of Yahweh, and we are bringing it out, polishing it up, practicing it every day, and teaching you how to do the lost magic of Jesus. By the way, I got some news for you this morning. You see, there are a lot of people asking us, when are you coming out with the Jesus Magic course? We're working on it. It's going to take a while. It's really a lot of material. And it takes a little bit longer because there's really a lot of stuff in the Bruce Codex. And we're going to make this course very thorough. But, and here's the important part, don't wait for the course. You don't need to wait for the course in order to start practicing the magic of Jesus. What you should do is go to Wikipedia, look up the Bruce Codex, and there on Wikipedia where you see the Bruce Codex, download it. It's free. Once you have the Bruce Codex, you start looking around on the internet and look for the Coptic alphabet. It will take you all of about 2 hours, right, Leslie, to learn to pronounce the letters of the Coptic alphabet, recognize them and pronounce them, and then you too can begin to work with the magic of the treasuries of light. You'll have everything you need between that document, knowing how to pronounce the Coptic letters, and watching what we do in the morning. You'll be able to do it on your own without waiting for the course. So there's no excuse for you not to be practicing already the magic of Jesus.
If you're a real go-getter like you purport to be,
this is how to do it. This is how to go get it. I'm putting the keys to the Jaguar in your hands.
You just got to turn it.
You just got to turn a key. All right, guys, let's go.
The sun is the dispenser of light to the earth. Oh, I'd like to remind everyone that now that we've passed August 1st, you see how we've moved past the column?
Right.
That's the calendrical function of this. I line up the sunrise. You'll notice every morning I line up the sunrise with the fire pit. That way when we see the columns go by, they're like hands on the clock. There's 12 of these columns.
We're headed north, the sun is headed south.
And that's the way winter works.
That's right.
Okay, so now that we've gotten all the housekeeping out of the way,
right,
the sun is the dispenser of light to the earth. May the living light of the God force inflame our souls with abundant life.
Our destiny lies amongst the stars, and to the stars humanity shall ascend.
Take a nice deep breath and feel into your body. Breathe deeply. Feel each breath as it moves into you. Follow each breath as it moves through you, exciting each and every cell into life. And as you are breathing deeply and feeling deeply into each and every part of yourself, visualize yourself as the tree of life, however it is you imagine that tree to be, and grow your branches up high into alpha sky. Drive your roots down deep into Omega Earth. I call on you in the east, Alpha. I call on you in the west, Omega. I call on you in the north, Alpha. I call on you in the south, Omega.
Alpha,
At Omega.
the beginning
And the end.
and the path of the age between, sunrise
And sunset.
and the path of the sun between, birth
And death.
and the path of life between. Alpha,
Omega.
E-A-O. Welcome back this morning, as once again we congregate here at Alpha Omega's Column Hinge in the hour of sunrise to celebrate together the lost rites of the magic of Jesus Christ. This morning we will be opening once again the angelical realm as we open the doorways to the 21st powerhouse of light from the Bruce Codex. We begin this morning by reaching out into the invisible and calling upon the angels of the treasure of light. Angels of the 21st treasure of light, attend. Watchers, we know your names. Stand aside and let us enter. Ozaz. Ozaz. Elwes. Elwes. Azaias. Azaias. Let the watchers withdraw, and let us enter into the 21st treasure of light. And there are 12 heads in my Father's treasury, and these are the names that are in the places when they sing praises to my Father, and he gives light power to them. Mighty angel, head in the place of the east, we call upon you using your secret name, Zo-Zo-Ze'ai. Zo-Zo-Ze'ai. Zohozai. Zohozai. Tozazaksai. Tozazaksai. Naoza e iai. Naoza e iai. Marazaz. Marazaz. Ozaez. Ozaez. Ozaia. Ozaia. Oza, Oza. Oza, Oza. Osho, Zoza. Osho, Zoza. Azaiaos. Azaiaos. Naya Ozaza. Naya Ozaza. Aenazaz. Aenazaz. And so we completed our journey through the places. And at length we came into the place of the midst, the place of the middle, the place of the center of the treasure of light. O Father of the 21st treasure of light, by your cipher and by your name we invoke you. Oazi Ai. Oazi Ai. Let the divine light descend. It is the intention of this ritual to establish human freedom worldwide.
Establish human freedom worldwide.
Now think about that, folks. 3 years ago when we started this ritual, everybody was saying, oh, what are you doing that for? Human freedom worldwide. Well, look now. How many of you are locked down? Where's your freedom? Whereas there are entire countries like Germany where it's now forbidden to protest. They haven't had that kind of Verbot since the Nazis were there. And now they're not allowed to protest. It is now illegal to protest lockdown in Germany. Can you believe it?
Oh, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
That's right. Everything seems to go around and come back again. Abolish slavery worldwide.
Abolish slavery worldwide in all its forms.
That's right, in all its forms. Usury, slave camps like in China, slave blocks selling slaves like in Libya.
Indentured servitude like in the United States.
This stuff, yeah, with the people that are coming as indentured servants to the Mexican mob right now, coming through our southern border. Indentured servitude has to go, folks. It's another form of slavery. It's as bad as slavery. And help us to establish a pro-human future.
Establish a pro-human future.
Restore the purity of our air.
Restore the purity of our air.
Of our water.
Restore the purity of our water.
Of our food.
Restore the purity of our food.
And our medicines.
Restore the purity of our medicines.
And the integrity of our vote.
Restore the integrity of our vote.
May all who search for the abundant life promised by the living Jesus discover the God force and how to nourish our everlasting soul with this living light energy. And then in that hour when death comes, may we shed this physical body like a serpent sheds his skin and ascend directly into the kingdom of light, following the pathway of salvation opened for us by the living Jesus upon his ascension. All these things we ask in the name of the living Jesus. Amen.
Amen. So mote it be. Take a moment now to again feel into your body. This ancient magical rite we are doing together helps you experience more God Force energy within yourself. As you have more God Force energy within yourself, so you are better able to trust your decisions and stick with your decisions. There is nothing more important than doing what you say you will do. And you know what? I've been confronted with a situation that is incredible. I know of someone who has made many, many promises. And now the time has come for those promises to be cashed in. And the person who made the promises is balking. They're thinking about changing their mind after all these promises. What I have to tell you is that when you breathe in God Force energy, you come into contact with the divine. And this divine contact changes you in measurable, noticeable ways. And one of the first things I notice about people who are deeply immersed in the God Force is they have foresight. They can see what's coming. It's not that they're particularly psychic. It's that they have a good logical mind and they are in touch with the reality they see around them. And so as these people filled with the God Force look upon their world, they see the connections, why things happen the way they do, how the flower of this world unfolds. And those who have made promises are now finding that some of those promises are hard to keep. Because when those promises were made, they were made in absence of God Force. You see, when you make a promise and you're holding God Force energy strong within yourself when that promise is made, it becomes more than a promise. It becomes a solemn vow to God that these things will be accomplished by you and your will. And when you change, when you break that promise, you break your word. You break your connection with God. I don't care if this is not what you want to hear. Today it is what you need to hear. You need to stand up and honor your oaths, honor your promises, honor your own word. You die with your word and you live with your word. This world was created by the word. And when you give your word as a solemn promise, you have done so in light of God. And when you go back on that promise, that is one of the only things that I personally can think of that would break God's heart. Everyone is sad when you break a promise. Why would God be sad as well? And why would you break that promise? People who break promises break trust. And when trust is broken, the whole fabric of society begins to break down. That is why your word is so important. Your word is a verbal contract. And when contracts are not honored, the world falls apart. Because this is our way of assuring ourselves that our faith is not misplaced. And yet, we find ourselves in a time when so many promises are being broken. The social contract that those that we allowed leadership positions to have has been broken. And so we, the governed, no longer consent to being governed. That is what happens when the promise is broken. We no longer do what we are supposed to do either. And we, as good, God-loving human beings, however you call God, it does not matter what name your language has assigned to the divine. It is the divine that we all reach to. It is the divine that we seek to emulate. God has not broken any promises to you. You simply do not understand the promises that were made to you. Reach into yourself and breathe in the God force and feel that connection with God again. Feel that connection with deity, with goddess, with whom Haida, with whatever name you use for God. Make that reconnection now. Strengthen your will. Remember your promises and oaths, and your life will go much better. And where does it all start? It starts with you taking a deep and knowledgeable breath of God Force energy.
Thank you, Leslie, for that beautiful and inspiring message. If you'd like to know more about this ritual, be sure to drop by our website at alphaomega.church. While you're there, download our free ebook that gives you the beginnings of the Lost Magic of Jesus system. Also, while you're there, we ask that you consider leaving a donation. This is the part of the ritual where we pass around the collection plate. Also, while you're there, you might want to check out our prayer wall and leave your prayers there, and we bring these petitions daily to the angels. So thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate your being here. And until next time, have faith and expect a miracle.
And until we have the pleasure of each other's company again, may the God Force run strong within you. And as always, may your magics work better than expected.